Welcome back, America. The Week 11 NFL picks with the Parks Boys. I got Nicky here with me, and he's got some special props and intros today. We're glad to have you. This looks like it's going to be a crazy, wacky week. There's a huge game on the slate. Little preview right there. All right, Nicky, what do you got for the intro today?
Sorry, my coat was stuck.
You all right? You got it off?
Yeah.
You good to go? All right.
Yeah, it's stuck on my
Are you rock and rolling today? Is that the plan? You jamming?
Yeah, with 5 strings instead of 6.
He's down to 5 strings. He's been rocking and rolling so hard that he popped and busted a string this morning. So we got to fix that later.
I was not making straight, but I was going like this.
But you're a rock and roller. You are a rock and roller.
That's how you pluck a string.
You're a rock and roller. I love it. We're jamming. Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, yeah. Love it. All right. Great intro this week. A little rock and roll from the kid. That's how we do it here. Now, game 1 of the week. There was a Thursday night game. The Bears at the Dolphins. Bears in a wipeout, 16-0. Dolphins were pretty sad and pathetic. That might lead to something. This might be one of those crazy weeks because I still don't know how the heck the Bears are winning games. So, without further ado, game 1 of the week. Your team, Baltimore at Carolina. Your Ravens. Are you picking the Ravens?
Sorry, I got stuck there. I was trying to play this song without the Eastern, but I got lost.
Who are you picking, the Ravens or the Panthers?
Baltimore.
Yeah, me too. I'm going with, that's one of the easy games of the week. That's a no-brainer. Okay, game 2, the Bills.
Stupidest
Buffalo Bills finally got off the schneid. They got a win last week. They're on the road at the Bengals, the Bungles. This game is weak. Who do you like in that one, Buffalo or Cincinnati?
Was I plucking the right string?
I don't know. I wasn't watching.
I had the wrong fit and right string.
Who do you like in that game, Buffalo or Cincinnati?
Buffalo.
All right, I'm going to take the Bengals at home. All right, game 3 of the week. Detroit, the Lions. No Matthew Stafford. He may be out for the season. On the road at Dallas. Dallas with the huge coaching change. They looked rejuvenated last week. I don't know how the heck they went in to New York and beat the Giants, but they did. I'm taking Dallas at home. I expect that to be an easy win for the Cowboys. Who do you like in that one, Dallas or Detroit?
Dallas.
Okay. All right, let's go on to the next game. Cleveland, the Browns, one of the upset teams, having a great year, showing us a lot. They're on the road at Jacksonville. Jacksonville had that crazy Hail Mary, last play of the game win against the Texans. Probably the worst defense in the NFL. No surprise there. The Browns at the Jaguars. Who do you like in that one?
Jaguars.
You like Jacksonville. I will also take Jacksonville. I'll tell you why. No Joshua Cribbs for the Browns. It looks like he won't be able to play. I think that's a little bit too much talent that's going to be off of the offensive side of the ball. Let's take Jacksonville. Okay. Arizona, our hometown team, with an embarrassing loss at home against the Seattle Seahawks. We learned a lot last week. What did we learn?
I learned to play around all day.
Yes, you learned that. But in terms of the Cardinals.
Last week I learned that staying home sick is good and fun.
All right, here's what we learned about the Cardinals. We learned we had several laws that we picked games on. One was we like the Cardinals at home. 2 was we always pick against the Seahawks on the road. And then 3, we never pick Derek Anderson. So we had 2 of them in our favor, and we went with that. And guess what? They still lost. So what did that tell us? We learned this. Derek Anderson starts. You don't pick the Cardinals. This is an easy pick. Kansas City at home. Who do you like?
What I learned was a new spell, Wingardium Leviosa.
What did that do?
It's a flying spell.
Oh, okay. Who do you like in the game? The Cardinals or the Chiefs?
Cardinals. It makes the
Cardinals going with the upset special, huh? All right, next game. Green Bay Packers. They coming off the bye. Big win. Okay. And then they're on the road at the Minnesota Vikings. The Viking season is a complete mess. This might be their swan song. Might be Brett Favre's swan song. They are going down the tubes. But they are getting Sidney Rice back for this game. They're still very talented at the skill position on offense. However, the Packers coming off the bye, I like Green Bay to win this game. Who do you like, Green Bay or Minnesota?
Green Bay, of course.
Green Bay is your team. Okay.
Wingardium Leviosa.
All right, next game. Houston Texans, one of the worst defenses in the NFL, and quite honestly, their offense has been a disappointment this year. A lot of folks in the fantasy world picked up Matt Schaub, thinking he might be that second-tier guy underneath Breeze and Aaron Rodgers, but he's been disappointing. They're on the road against the Jets. The Jets did something amazing in the last 2 weeks of the NFL. Did you know that? Did you know what the Jets did? They won consecutive games in overtime on the road. Never been done before.
Well,
you got to give them some credit.
I learned a lot of spells from just one movie. I learned Oculus Repairer, Expelliarmus, Ricus Tempar, Seven Contra, Oblivion, Oriana Exit Me.
You've got your books of spells there?
Yes, that's... I learned all
Let me
of
ask
that
you a
from
question.
one
I
channel.
have a great question for you. Is there a spell that will get us a way to pick the winning football teams this week? That's the spell we need. That's the spell we need.
I haven't made that spell.
Oh, when you get that one, let me know.
Once I make that spell, I will do the blow-up spell to this computer called Expellus.
All right.
I learned it from a movie. They want to show the kids the Expellus spell. So the dark arts teacher has a professor do the spell on him, and then he just flies backwards. It was kind of a dumb idea.
It was.
He goes, Expellus! And then he's like, oh!
All right, I have an idea. Let's get to the picks because we're running out of time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, so this game, we're already 8 minutes in. We only have 15.
Maybe you'll have to delete it.
We might have to start over. Okay. Did we pick this one yet? Houston at the Jets. I'm taking the Jets. Bottom line, I'm taking the Jets. All right. Next game, the Raiders. The Oakland Raiders playing great football at
Pittsburgh.
the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers coming off, for them, what I would call a complete debacle. At home against the Patriots. The Patriots just took them apart. I think the Steelers bounce back this week. I'm taking Pittsburgh, but wouldn't be surprised with an Oakland upset. Okay, next game. Washington Redskins at the Tennessee Titans. The Redskins coming off just an embarrassing loss. They were decimated. Michael Vick picked them apart, had one of the all-time great fantasy football games, one of the all-time great football performances last Monday night. I think Tennessee, with a tough loss on the road in Miami, I think Tennessee takes the Redskins at home. Who do you like in that one, Tennessee or Washington?
Tennessee.
You taking the Titans? Okay. All right, next game. Seattle, the Seahawks, who came into our hometown Cardinals and took them apart on the road at the Saints. Saints coming off a bye. You taking Seattle? I don't like that pick at all. I like the Saints a lot in this one. I expect the Saints to win this game easily and pour it on. Pour it on. Okay, another game. Next game on the slate. This is one of the tough picks of the week. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Josh Freeman on the road at the San Francisco 49ers. The Niners seem to be crawling back into the playoff race. primarily because the NFC West is awful. Who do you like in that one, Tampa Bay or San Fran?
Tampa Bay.
I like San Fran. I think they're going to win at home. All right, next game. Atlanta, the Falcons, taking their show on the road at the St. Louis Rams. This is interesting because the Falcons don't play great on the road. I'm going to pick an upset special here. Home dog, St. Louis Rams beating the Falcons. Who do you like in that game, Atlanta or St. Louis?
Atlanta.
Okay, very good. Okay, folks, game of the week in the NFL. The Indianapolis Colts on the road against the New England Patriots and Tom Brady. All right, we're wearing the Brady gear. I've got some statistics I want to pull out comparing the quarterbacks. Brady, awesome. Manning, a bum. That's the only statistic you need. The Patriots win this game. Hopefully we'll see the Manning face and they'll crawl back home to Indy. Who do you like in that game?
Patriots.
Yes, knuckle up on that one. Patriots win that game. Colts go home. Let's finish the Colts season. They're done. Okay, interesting matchup here. Philly coming off that huge Monday night win, setting all kinds of records at home against the New York Giants, who had an embarrassing home loss to the Cowboys. I'm going to go a little bit off here, and I'm going to go with the upset. The New York Football Giants go into Philly. Philly has a letdown after that huge Monday night. The Giants need this. The New York Football Giants. Who do you like?
Giants.
High five. You're not picking the Eagles? You almost always pick the Eagles. You sure about that?
Eagles.
You're changing it?
Experiment.
All right, we're down to the Monday night game. The Monday night game actually is pretty weak. It's the Denver Broncos on the road at the San Diego Chargers. At least the Broncos finally won a game last week. The Chargers coming off a bye. You like San Diego? I also like San Diego. I think the Chargers coming off the bye, this is usually when they start gearing up, getting their season turned around. At home, the Broncos, not a great team regardless of the win last week. I think the Chargers win this game fairly easily. The caveat is they've got a lot of injuries. Might not have Vincent Jackson. I'm sorry, not Vincent Jackson. They might not have Antonio Gates. They might not have Malcolm Floyd. They might not have Ryan Matthews. Lots of injuries. They're going to have to overcome them. That's going to be tough, but I still pick the Chargers. All right, those are the Week 11 picks. Great job. We'll be back next week with the Week 12 picks, which will be, I think next week we'll have to do a special Thanksgiving Day edition of the picks. 3 games on Thanksgiving, so maybe we'll come back and do a Thanksgiving Day version of the picks and then come back with the Sunday games. We'll have to work that out. How do you want to leave it with America? You got anything to say?
Never get the spell-o-billion on you. A wizard tries to do it on Ron and Harry, and Ron's wand, and his wand is broken, and it backfires. He loses his memory. He wakes up and he's like, hello, and who are you? And he's like, I'm Ron Weasley. He's like, and who am I? This isn't our sort of place, isn't it? Do you live here? And Ron's like, no, and he's like, really? And then he has to smack him with the rock. And then after Harry fights the Voldemort snake, they're flying on a phoenix, and he's like, this is just like magic!
So the lesson is, don't let someone put that spell on you.
It's a mind erase spell.
All right, that's your lesson of the week, America. I think between now and next week, we're going to try to work on creating a spell to pick the right games, the winners. See you next week, America.